lose an hour. Some night I'm going to stay up late and see where it disappears to. But I get tired early.
4, 3, 2.
Tonight, almost live and nearly from Hollywood, it's America Tonight. 30 minutes of big-time TV on the UBS network, broadcasting from the heart of the Quad City area of El Tacoma, El Luna, LTO, and the city of merchandise, with Tony Roletti, whose marriage turned out to be worse than his singing, Rabbi Abraham Shecky Stein, who will perform an unusual Jewish ceremony live on this show. And Colonel Morris Chandler, who knows how sad it can be to live your life as a shrimp. With the music of Happy Kind and the Mirth Makers, and me, I'm Jerry Hubbard. Hi, everybody. And now your host and mine, Mr. Bart Kimball.
Thank you. Caught me with my therapy here. Doctor told me a long time ago you ought to draw to kind of relax a little bit, and I never wanted to. Now I'm working on these things. I don't know where they're coming from. It's just a thought. It's in my head, and I find myself drawing again. It's very relaxing. I must do 30, 40 of these a day. It's great. So, I don't know why. Welcome to America Tonight. I'm Barth Kimball. And you know, the other talk shows are, well, constantly doing theme shows of one kind or another. It seems to be a good idea, I think. For one thing, it takes a lot of pressure off of us because sometimes anything can be presented on a theme show just because it fits. It doesn't have to be interesting by itself. Of course, using that standard, I guess we've done nothing but theme shows. We just never bothered to figure out really what the theme was before. But tonight is a pretty important time in the history of people my age or a few years younger, and we're going to take a note of it tonight. 9 years ago, a lot of people got together in a farm in upstate New York. They came from all over the country, and they had only one thing in mind. Well, some of them had even less than that, but most of them had one thing in mind, and that was to attend the biggest rock festival in the history of the music business. They called it Woodstock, huh? They called it that primarily because it happened near the town of Woodstock. And it rained that weekend, of course, and 500,000 people got either too stoned to know they were wet or too wet to know they were stoned. Apparently it was great, the sky above and the mud below, literally. Jimmy was there, Janis, and some people who no one knew then. Elton John, for instance, was there sitting in on piano with a group called 10 Years After, who didn't even last 9 years after. Kind of interesting. And most importantly, I guess, Barth Kimball was there. Barth was there entertaining the people along the fences and out on the road beside the farm and selling them water and sleeping bags and that kind of thing. What a time. It became the slogan of the whole generation, the Woodstock Nation. And now that that nation has gone the way of Bosnia, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and Tanganyika, I think we can well afford to look back on it and pretend it wasn't dumb. And that's what we're going to do tonight. Our entire show is dedicated to the 9th anniversary of the weekend at Max Yasgur's farm. The first concert in music history, I think, to become both a movie and 2 3-record albums. So welcome to our Woodstock show. It really doesn't have anything to do with Woodstock, but it's dedicated to it, and that's the point. Now let's meet my co-host and announcer, a man who even in 1969 thought a hippie was a woman with a figure problem, Jerry Hubbard.
You know, I didn't even know there was an original Woodstock. I saw the movie. I thought they just made a movie, and I said, well, what a cast and great score, but not much of a plot.
No, that was
Could have been something like 2-minute warning, you know, with something happening at the end, but nothing happened. I'm kidding. You'd have to be a complete idiot not to know what happened.
Maybe you should try my therapy, Jerry. Maybe you might want to do a little drawing. That might help out.
I made one of those in my living room the other day out of mud. I don't know why. My landlord is furious.
What, you built one of those mountain things right there?
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. I guess it's catching on. All right, anyway, a few weeks ago, our good friend and bad singer, I always tease him. He is a good friend, though, and he is a bad singer.
Actually, on his album, the cover, he uses a quote, "Not half bad," which
I
is
know.
praise indeed for Tony.
Well, that's because there's two sides to that record. One side is half bad. If you listen to both sides.
Try to pick out which is the bad half, though.
Absolutely. You know, anyway, we brought him out here a few weeks ago, and his name, of course, is Tony Roletti. And you know him. Thank God for the bus tours. Tony was married right here on our show, if you were watching.
Yes, and Tony was married to the former Joni Sherwood, who many of you remember as a singing waitress down at Hung Farlow's Chinese restaurant here in town. Yes.
Absolutely.
Tony met her while she was singing down there at the Chinese restaurant, took her out for a date, left her at the door. An hour later, he felt like seeing her again. I love Chinese jokes. Yeah. There's only one, but I love it. That, no ticky, no washing, but more about that.
Jerry, you got a Band-Aid on your finger. Is that...
Yeah, a little cut, a little paper cut.
How did that happen?
Well, from paper. I cut it with paper.
You just were picking up the paper and cut your finger?
Yeah, to see if it
amazing.
works. Someone says, be careful, you're getting a nasty paper cup, so I wanted to check it to see. Usually I got a pair of pants with paint on the bottom. You know, I like to test out those wet paint signs, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because more often than not, you'll find one that really is dry, and oh, is that aggravating.
Yeah, but this thing, you wonder how long has it been dry?
That's true.
I've been sitting here all this time.
Like seeing a sign on a door, be back in 30 minutes. How do you know, how long they've been gone, or...
The one I hate on the door is that says no dogs allowed except for seeing eye dogs. Who's supposed to read that?
I know.
Sometimes it's just ridiculous.
Well, I was driving up the coast to San Francisco, and there was a sign that says, watch for falling rocks. I pulled over to the side of the road, and I must have stood there an hour and a half. Well, I said, forget this. So,
I have this funny feeling that when you were growing up, right on your street, right next to your house, there was a sign that said, slow children. At any rate, right after the wedding ceremony between Tony Roletti and Joni Sherwood, these two singing lovebirds, they... Are you hurt? Drank that complimentary wine again, Jerry. We gotta stop giving that out. Anyway, right after the ceremony, the two little singing lovebirds left on sort of a working honeymoon, actually. Anyway, well, Tony is back on the show tonight, and I'm afraid I have some bad news.
what? You mean he's going to sing?
We just tease him. So, no, this is even worse news.
Oh, he's going to sing twice?
Well, that's good.
I hope he's listening to this, because I know his ears get all red. He gets furious.
Yeah.
What else? Go ahead.
Well, he'll tell us when he gets out here. But please welcome singing solo, and that might be a hint.
He should be singing solo. We can't hear him. Bring him out, because I could do this all night.
It's a great joke, Jerry. You should use it on the show sometime. Please welcome Mr. Tony Roletti.
We're in.
Baby, I know you think you're great, but you made a lousy mate. Don't say sorry, it's too late, and it's you I hate. Hate your big mouth, hate your guts, hate you all over, you big klutz. Baby, you really make me sick. I hated all your cooking. I know girls who are better looking, and your attitude just stinks, and your mom and dad are jerks. I'm not depressed, 'cause from you I need a rest. You are nothing but a mess, you ugly slob. And I'm glad you dumped me quick, otherwise I would have had dump you. Yeah, I would have dumped you anyway. UBS, we're the best. Remember, we put you before the BS.
Tomorrow night on UBS, join in the laughter on the new hit series, 3 in the Bathroom. Tomorrow, on campus, Sheila and Debbie let Fred move into their bathtub and the fun begins. That's 3 in the Bathroom. 9 o'clock Central Time, different times, other places.
UBS. UBS. You can
This is so much fun.
tickle me.
This is so much fun.
Tickle me.
Fun, huh? Really fun. Give us the bad news, Tony.
Well, I tell you, it does make me feel a little bit bad because Joni and I of Splitsville.
Oh, no. I knew something was wrong with this man when he came out here today. Backstage, he wasn't clowning like he usually is.
Yeah, well, you know, I kind of connect it with show business. So kind of the same thing that happened to Sonny and Cher happened to us.
Really?
Wait a minute, you mean Joni ran off with Greg Altman?
He's funny.
Oh, yeah.
No, we had a massive falling out.
Just like what happened to your hair, huh? The only man I ever met that had the rug pulled out from over him.
You kidding me?
I'm
kidding me?
Hey, if we can't kid each other, who can we kid? Oh, dear. So really what happened? Tell us the story.
It was kind of sad. We were working in Reno, just outside of Reno at a little place. And I was up there doing my duet. I was singing some songs, and I guess I got a little bit carried away.
By the audience on a stretcher, or what? I mean, did they hate your singing that much?
No, Barth. Joni and I were up there singing, and I got a little bit carried away. You know, I get hot, and when I get the energy just flows, and I'm singing away and everything. And I guess I got a little bit too carried away, and I was singing some of my songs. You know, I was singing, the stars will shine, the moon is white, and you could shine, Leonard Bernstein. But anyway,
See, now, that song rhymes, but I don't like it as much as the first one that didn't rhyme. What was Joni doing all this while? Because,
Well,
you know, Tony will sing both sides of a duet, too, you know?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
You had
What was
to?
Joni doing while this was going on, though, huh?
well, she got a little bit mad, I think.
Sure.
About the end of my fourth duet, she pushed me off of the stage, and I fell into a flaming bowl of Cherry's Jubilee.
Oh, that must have been great, huh?
Yeah.
Toupee flambe. What a delicacy. Whipped cream and Astro hair.
What a joker, I tell you. But
At least you can smile about it, Tom.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
I try. I don't know. Well, anyway, we decided to kind of break it up. Another thing that made me decide about it was back to the motel, and she'd taken all my stuff and thrown it into the swimming pool. And that's when I decided to drop her.
Woo.
That's great, though. You had a pool at the motel. A lot of them don't have it, or else they've turned off the heat and you freeze to death. It's not even
Worth going in, yeah.
Just your luck. She was going to toss your clothes in a pool when there was a pool. If there was no pool, they would have been sitting outside the door. No harm done.
What if someone came along and stole them?
Well, a swimmer could do that.
That's true. That's true. Well, needless to say, you were probably pretty PDOD, and I think we
Yeah.
can say that on the air.
Just did.
Well, I'm sure your wife, Joni, feels exactly the same as you do.
Well, I'm here right now and ready to go ahead with the Tony Roletti divorce.
The big D.
Well, you know, that kind of stuff happens. You know, like the French say, cue Sarah, Sarah.
Okay, well, again, as we say, Joni feels the same way, so as long as it's not going to be contested, it might be a contest, though, or it might, we'll find out. So we'll be right back with television's first network divorce ceremony right after these words. We'll see you.
I'd rather see him dead than that way.
Well, I think that's going a little... Oh, hi, we're back. If you just joined us, alleged singer Tony Roletti has just shared with us, well, a heartbreak, actually, of his recent marriage, as well as the heartbreak of one of his songs, which came out
I know.
first.
I was absolutely sick about it.
Which?
Well, one contributed to the other.
Yeah.
You know, realizing how he used to sing when he was happy, and to hear him sing now, you know, just pain.
At any rate, we brought you Tony's marriage, as he said, and so tonight we will present the world's first network divorce ceremony.
And, well, yes, it's the cold, hard facts of life. And here to, you know, it's a thrill to be able to be the first to do anything. And I know Tony wishes he could have had that feeling with his wife.
Well, what I'm trying to say is,
Well,
I know...
so many others did. It's only...
No, but what I mean is say this is a first, and to share, without someone there to share it with, there must be a doubly empty feeling. And here to perform the divorce, coincidentally, is the man who bound the two together. From Las Vegas, the rabbi to the stars, Rabbi Abraham Shecky Stein.
Good evening, ladies and pants. It's delightful to be here. Shalom and bacha. Everybody, bacha to you all. It is me, Abraham Stein, and I'm doing fine. You know, divorce is a tragedy, a terrible thing. Bacha doiden on divorce, huh? What a fire on divorce. Ugh. But $50 is $50. Now, here's the tragedy of divorce, and I have to say to you in all solemnity, Tony, do you, Tony, swear upon your cockamamie hairpiece, you swear you want to dump this shiksa like a hot bagel? Do you swear?
Well, I don't want to.
Listen to me, you could do a lot better than her, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, sure.
Good, fine indeed. Well, in that case, we'll introduce the attorney. Here is the attorney from the soon-to-be ex, Mrs. Roletti, a fine human being in his own right. Let's hear it for this attorney. We're gonna, Mr. Kaiden, buza fuzaka to you. It's an old greeting. It means here you could pray all day for a knish, but it's better to order from a waitress. You know what I'm saying? That's for you. An old greeting here.
It's very nice to be here.
My pleasure, your pleasure, our pleasure. But I'll say this at this time here. Now, give the ring. The groom gives the ring to the nice lawyer. Take the ring from the finger, give it to the nice lawyer.
The wedding rings will be repossessed courtesy of El Tijo Jewelry Exchange. Yes, choose from thousands of stones, some of them precious, at El Tijo Jewelry Exchange, where good quality is never an issue.
Now, as you know, Tony and Joni wrote their own musical vows for their wedding. So they have done the same thing for the divorce. Here are the musical vows for their own divorce. Take it away, Happy Kind. Hey, whoa, someone's breaking up. No use in making up. Hey, Tony, speak now or hold your ever love and peace forever.
Okay, it's no use to me. We had no car and no TV. You'll never get a cent from me, 'cause I'm no fool, I'm broke.
Okay, Mr. Lawyer Man, the wife has sent you. She can't stand to look upon her husband's face for even one more day.
Oh yeah, all she asked is that he keeps his goldfish and the cat and promises to never call or see her evermore. She says just sign on the dotted line. You go your way, I'll go mine. In paragraph B, subclause 9, so forth where the sun don't shine. I'll suck on lemons, suck on limes to remind me of all the bad times. Those 3 weeks seem like forever, baby. Everybody, suck on lemons, suck on limes to remind me of all the times. Those 3 weeks seem like forever, baby.
I've heard enough, pay by my power. I declare this marriage sour. From everything that I have heard, I now pronounce you free. Free as a
Tony, your rug was down there on the ground. We got 2 calls for a lost dog.
Yeah, but I think the 3 of them here have invented a new form of entertainment called musical tragedy.
That's right. I think we've all learned the lesson that divorce is just not very pretty at all.
No.
Especially when it's performed by Rabbi Shecky Stein. Did a wonderful thing there. That was wonderful. We'll be right back after these words. Stay with us. Thank you, Happy. Well, that's about all the show we have for tonight. I would like to thank my guests for being just so wonderful here. Rabbi Shecky Stein. You've never been more moving or funnier.
Shalom and bacha, everybody.
And that's the banana.
The Banana Dunes in Las Vegas opened when we are closed the other time.
Okay, you can always tell if that door doesn't open, you're closed. Is that right?
Absolutely. You said it a mouthful, bespecha for you.
I wish I knew what you were saying. And, never got your name. Tony, really,
The attorney.
The attorney? Okay, didn't get a name. What's in a name, really, for crying out loud? You know, I'd rather know the name of your company. Maybe we could talk. Tony, I know this is kind of a sad night for you and everything like that. And I know it's going to be kind of hard to break away from Joni. You gave her an awful lot of love, and I know even though the divorce is there, there's sort of one woman in your heart. And one
listen, I'm gonna lose some baby up here. I think she looks pretty good.
Well, Tony!
Oh, boy.
Oh. I guess they want to get him, girls are interested in him before he makes it. You know what I mean? There's a good chance he may never make it, and they want to know him now so he can be on the ground floor. Well, I think it's going to be a good night for Tony, but for sure it's going to be a good night from us. That's our show. Good night.
Tonight, some members of our studio audience will receive the following classic curves from Ditto's, the Field of Mint Company. Pants to make every woman feel beautiful in sizes 3 to 15 and 8 to 18. And Lillian Vernon's catalog gift certificate. Jewelry, gift, decor, personalized items and things from practical to whimsical. Furnished by Lillian Vernon. And improved Sergeant Sentry 4 collars protect against flea festation and tick festation. Sergeant Sentry 4 collars for dogs and cats.
Also appearing on tonight's show were Bill Kirchenbauer as Tony Roletti, Kip King as Rabbi Abraham Shecky Stein, Joe Ross as the lawyer, and James Cromwell as Colonel Morris Chandler.
Tonight at 11, the figures in works of art go on strike, walking out of their frames throughout the galleries of England on Monty Python. And next, pick up on South Street.